JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Big Bang Theory Season 2 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Big Bang Theory, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to avoid the slightest spoilers. This will be Big Bang Theory Season 2, Episode 8. Title of this episode is called The Lizard Spock Expansion. This will be my review, reaction, and recap after just finishing watching the episode. It was a couple days ago that I wrote all this stuff up. Howard comes over with an eye patch on and says it makes him stand out more. And then, in addition to wearing the eye patch, he gives women negative comments, and apparently they don't slap him or anything because he has an eye patch on and it makes him get checks, I guess? I don't know. And then in another scene, Howard calls while he's at work and says there's a problem at the Mars rover, and he's taking things into DEFCON 5 danger. He says that he got the Mars rover into a ditch as he brought a female into the lab and needs help getting her out and getting her away so he can fix the problem. So Leonard has to drive, or I should say take Stephanie, Howard's female friend, home, and while they're in the car, they start making out, and at the lab, what they do is they actually end up erasing all the data, so there's no proof of how this happened, how the rover got into the ditch. And then Penny brings up to Howard when she first met him, he told her she could drive the rover on Mars. Also told her that her ass was out of this world. And that's how the Mars conversation got started. So Leonard has dinner with Stephanie. Howard calls while they're making out. He calls again and again, and ends every call on the answer machine with, "It's Howard." Duh, but this was the first episode of Big Bang Theory I think I ever watched, surprisingly enough. And then Leonard talks to Penny while they're going to the laundry room about how he's, fooling around with what was Howard's date, if you really want to call it a date. And Leonard goes over to Howard's, and Stephanie calls while he's there, and she must have told him Leonard's dating Stephanie. Howard tells Leonard he's dead to him. Stephanie comes over while Howard and everybody are at Leonard and Sheldon's, and he doesn't seem to care until they say they have a date for him, Stephanie's roommate, who just had a breakup. And the episode ends with a report that says the rover showed life on Mars, but they'll never know who's responsible for it due to the data being erased. So if Howard would have just left everything alone, he may have been more famous than Sheldon. So that's how the episode ends. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this episode. I found it kind of dragging. An episode focused on Howard isn't the most entertaining episode. As far as a score of the episode, it's going to be a 7.0 out of 10. I thought about giving it a high 6. In my character of the episode, I'm giving it to Leonard because he got Stephanie. And, Howard, he needs to be less creepy. And how he ever got Bernadette in Big Bang Theory, which I'm going to revisit those episodes someday here pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see why somebody would date Howard, because he's just creepy and weird. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Big Bang Theory, or if you like anything on JDev TV, make sure you smash that like button. If there is any way that you want to share this with anybody or put it on your social media platforms, do it. That's fine with me. I'm not asking you to, but I'm not going to be against it. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what you thought about this episode. What would you score it? Do you like it a lot more than I did? Because I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe it's the whole Stephanie Leonard thing. I just didn't like it that much. If your score, who would be your character of the episode or your favorite moment of the episode. And I'm trying to, I think the part where Penny said that your ass is out of this world was my favorite moment of the episode. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I'm always trying to grow the channel. Of course, I need all of your help to do so. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return. Well, I guess I didn't even really go into details at all about the episode title, other than just mentioning it. So to make decisions on things, a few times in the episode, Sheldon not just plays rock, paper, scissors, but he does rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock to, I guess, make decisions on things, but didn't really mean anything. It was just something funny to laugh at. And this is something if memory serves me correctly, they do in a few more episodes of Big Bang Theory throughout the whole entire series run. So now I mention it. I know I didn't talk about it in my review, but here you go for all you that are going to complain that I didn't mention one of the funniest things to some of you that Big Bang Theory has ever done.